weekend in Malta. Valletta is the capital. The first evening, we started at the three cities where we could walk by the sea, having a lovely view of the limestone buildings as well as the rich yachts that were parked close by in the water edge. You had a lovely view of the old town with the architecture reflecting the limestone buildings, particularly the Maritime Museum. Just outside is a wonderful church in Birgu, the St. Lawrence Church or Cathedral. You can watch the sunset from this place. And the next day we visited the Rotunda Mosta or the Mosta Dome. So this is a good example of Italian architecture and the influence of the Italian Catholicism on Malta, which is quite understandable as it's close by. It's a magnificent edifice with lovely columns reflecting the Italian architecture. You can see the dome structure, which is very similar to the churches of Italy, particularly of the Florence region. You can see the wonderful paintings with the gilded edges and all the regality of the era. Its wonderful acoustics and beautiful view is a true sight to behold. Malta is said to be the land of churches. There are 365 churches in the small island, which makes the local saying that you can visit a church every day of the year, throughout the year, without having to revisit the same church twice. After a peaceful few moments at the Rotunda Mosta, you're reflective, and there are lovely bars and restaurants outside along with cafes where you can enjoy a drink. After this, we strolled around Valletta and we visited a glass factory. It's a work of art where glass blowing was done in the traditional method, and you can see the artisan at work, a lovely swan being made with the hot melted glass. So there is a beautiful showroom with handmade glass. We then visited Mdina, the cultural city known for its door knockers and pristine limestone walls with narrow cobble streets. This is famous for many movies being shot here, both in Hollywood as well as Bollywood, as well as some Tamil films made here as well. This is St. Paul's Cathedral. There is no through traffic. There's only horse-driven carriages or cars of local residents who live there. It's lovely and peaceful to stroll around this area, enjoying the architecture of the olden buildings and the preservation of the old cultural heritages such as the St. Paul's Cathedral. You can walk around admiring the bougainvillea-filled streets, and the city wall gives you an exquisite view of the whole city from a higher level, from a very breezy spot. You can spend a few minutes here, and there are lovely quaint little restaurants here where you can enjoy a snack. So this is the classic house in Mdina. This is the Maltese snack called pastisi, which is filled with ricotta cheese. We enjoyed the drive around Malta with its pristine blue skies and views of the distant sea from many a site around the island. You can look at the lemon and orange trees In the evening, we visited the Triton Fountain, which is the classic site of Malta. We also looked at the Christmas decorations and the beautiful lighting around the Christmas season in the town square. This is St. John's Cathedral, where there was a lovely evening service going on. The sights and sounds of religion, which truly brings a calm. So strolling through the busy streets of the Christmas festivities, you can also admire the well-lit architectural buildings from the old-style Maltese architecture. The limestone buildings which have all been preserved to the best of their ability. You can see the streets maintained well. You can walk along the shore. This is from the party district, going up all the way up to the bars and restaurants, and you can admire the view of the sea wherever you go to the corner of the island. And there's a lot of shopping malls around in the party district, beautiful buildings and lots of modern hotels to stay. And don't miss the olive trees by the side of the road. So, having admired the classic sites over a couple of days, Mdina, Valletta, and enjoying the pastizzi. Unfortunately, the weather did not permit us, but if you did have the time, remember that other than Valletta, the capital city, Malta is an archipelago, so there are many small islands dotted around the main island of Malta, particularly Gozo and Comino. This is the Venus Lake in Gozo. And this structure, which was characteristic of the Gozo Island, is not there anymore, but the pristine blue waters are still famous. And this is where the Tamil movie Vinnai Thandi Varvaya was shot, as many other movies too. So you can enjoy the lovely sights and be mindful of having spent a beautiful weekend in a beautiful island. Do visit Malta. Enjoy your stay.